Welcome back to Rubbin Minds. We've been having such a great show. We started off with talking about the new year and how you can keep your resolutions, and then we moved on to talking about the security state of the country and what we can do to ensure we have a safe nation so we can in turn have a prosperous nation. And now let's talk about entertainment. We know that this is an area or an industry that has thrived despite every single factor that should have affected it negatively. You know, as of last year, 2024, the entertainment space in Nigeria did trillions of naira in revenue, and we want to talk about the factors that will affect the entertainment space in 2025. And to discuss that, I have an entertainment lawyer right here in the studio, Mr. Raphael Irene. Welcome to the program. Also, I have a brands manager, Omotola Slasher Ayo. Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, sir.
Good to have you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'm going to go straight into it. Before we get to you, Sir Raphael, Slasher, I want to just go straight to what's happening.
Yeah.
We've had such an amazing 2024, right? Now in 2025, the year started with drama.
Yeah.
What exactly is happening in the entertainment space in Nigeria?
Entertainment is supposed to be entertaining. And I believe that the actors there are just playing their roles. A lot of times the fans get so entangled, distracted from understanding the concept of entertainment. These guys are doing what they're supposed to do. Entertain you guys, make you, sometimes forget what you're going through. And it's also, I think, is an experiment, just like some reality TV shows. It lets us to understand how people actually think and behave. Some people, you will understand that what this person is doing is not actually good, but you still support them. It just shows how we are as people. So understand the roles of these guys and don't get too emotionally attached. It's entertainment. Let's be entertained.
All right, I can see that you've given me a very political answer, so I'm just going to take a step back and let's analyze 2024.
Yeah.
We had several wins in the music industry, movies. I mean, Funke's movie did over $1 billion.
Hallelujah.
The last movie, and now currently it has also shattered the box office. It has crossed the $1 billion mark as well in naira. So I'm going to, Raphael, what would you say has been the key factor of growth in 2024, and how can we consolidate on that growth in 2025?
So I would say the primary driver or the primary factor of growth is, first I would say on the part of the entertainers themselves, consistency and hard work. You understand the fact that these guys are not relenting. They are not just sitting back. They are not relaxed to say, okay, we've achieved this, so let's sit on this. Rather, they see their achievements as a stepping stone to do more. You understand? For example, we just talked about Funke Akindele. We talked about the fact that with A Tribe Called Judah, she smashed the box office, generating about 1.4 billion naira in revenue. I think that was the first for a Nigerian movie.
Yes.
Then, just 9 months down the line, she came back with Everybody Loves Jennifer, and she has generated, within a month of release, less than a month of release, she has generated about 1.2 billion naira already. You understand? So I think the fact that I always tell people that one thing about Nigerians is we are very, very hardworking. You understand? Like you already mentioned, this is an industry that is driven by individuals. It is private sector driven. So the only thing that I can categorically say contributes to its growth is the desire and the willingness to do more by our own creatives, our own entertainers. Davido's our last album was timeless, did massive records, did wonders. He's already planning for another album in March. Same thing with Burna Boy. In fact, Burna Boy adds this character of releasing albums as often as possible. Yeah, there may be certain factors behind it, but we cannot deny or take away the fact that those albums we see are large product of hard work and consistency. So I think in 2025, all we need to do is our creatives, all they need to do is continue. I mean, you've set the pace already. Someone has done 1.2 billion naira already in revenue, box office revenue. I mean, this should be a motivation for others to do more. But I'm not saying that they should compromise on the quality of their craft, but just see it as an avenue to do more.
So speaking of quality, as much as we've recorded a lot of successes in the movie industry, there are things that could also be seen as a setback. Slasher, I'm sure you must have heard of the fact that streaming giants like Netflix and Prime, they've taken a step back. Some people will say they've left Nigeria, but what that technically means is that they've stopped commissioning original projects. And looking further into it, you hear stories like they didn't generate enough revenue from this country. They didn't get enough sign-ups, and the numbers are ridiculous. Some people would even say, I've heard that Netflix, and this please should be confirmed, it's not the statistics, but it's just hearsay, that they had as little as 5,000 sign-ups in the new sign-ups in Nigeria alone, and those were some of the reasons why they sort of took a step back from commissioning original projects. So what can you say about this global platforms sort of taking a step back from investing in Nigeria?
I think it's a good and bad thing. It's good because it's going to make us go back to the drawing board. Before there was Netflix, Amazon, we were doing our works where, there was the Alaba guys, there was Ibn Pejolin guys, and, then cinema came in, and, we had a good party. I think Netflix and all these VOD platforms made people a little bit lazy, and I'm talking about creatives. Few of them were the ones putting in the work. By lazy, I mean you just produce a movie, take it to the cinema. At the end of the day, VOD, they'll collect these movies and they'll give you some forex. But now that there is no VOD, see, look at December. We had 5 heavyweights go to the cinema, and they are making money. One is making higher than others, but all of them are slugging it out to get the attention of people. What this is going to do is going to ensure that Nigerian creatives and the system that is in place will better the structure and be more innovative. Our cinemas too have to be like an experience centers. Enough of just working in cinema and eating popcorn and drink. Let me go into the cinema and experience the movie. That will make people want to now come out more. The National Theatre has been renovated. Let's go back to the theatres. Let's have stage plays. That is what will bring real actors. There are a lot of people that they just move from being Instagram skit makers to box office. It makes it watery.
But without the investment of these streaming platforms, let's look at the entire value chain, the cinematographers, the sound designers, the people that sort of require a big budget to function better. What is their fate?
All right. So the fate is, before those streaming guys came in, we were working at a level. A lot of money is inside the entertainment industry. It's just that is amongst few. One of the reasons why this VOD also stepped back, because they will give money to some people, and this money can produce like 5-6 movies, but they'll just get one out, and afterwards, the first rush, first 3 weeks, number one movie in Nigeria. Afterwards, another movie comes out and it goes back, but that investment has gone in. Did they make it back? Of course not. If they did, they'll still be here. So we need to also adjust ourselves. A lot of people are overpriced in Nigeria, I must tell you. There are a lot of things that we are putting money on that is not what is actually the main thing. Aesthetics takes a lot from production. Some watery stories, but you see, use 4K, 7K cameras, but the story is still watery. Let's, go back to the drawing board. Let's put our art into creating the crust of these things.
All right, Slash, I'm going to get back to you because I know you gave me a political answer at the beginning of the show, but I'm going to ask Raphael.
Okay.
Let's talk about beef in the industry. There's beef everywhere, both in the movie industry, but currently the one that has been trending is the one in the music industry. Started off with Wizkid versus Davido, and now obviously it's Burna Boy, Cubana Chief Priest, but we know that Cubana Chief Priest is not really the target here, so to say. It's just because he's an associate of Davido, right? So what do you make of the Burna Boy, Cubana Chief Priest beef?
This may sound a bit pedestrian, but I think it's just for entertainment. You understand? I do not particularly think that the beef in question has another agenda behind it other than mere entertainment. they will say in entertainment business, there is no bad PRO. Every form of publicity, there's no bad publicity, and every form of publicity is publicity itself. I mean, it may be, I know they've thrown shots at each other, calling with CP, Kibana Chief Priest, calling Burna Boy Beggy, this and that. But I think at the end of the day, it all boils down to and there's an audience to be entertained. And like you said, Davido may, even the whiskey Davido beef, I've always seen it right from time as pure entertainment.
Slasher, is that true? I hear that there was a Puma deal that was involved in the Biscuit and Davido beef, that Davido collected lower than he was supposed to collect. How true is that story?
Well, the truth will be from the horse's mouth, but from behind the scene, we hear that. I mean, that was we hear is true. But the key thing is that the way David will also is different for how a Wiz or Burna will also.
Exactly.
David get money for house. Do you understand? He's doing most of the things from passion and just trying to build a legacy for himself. Money is not a problem. But for people that have they came from Ojuelegba, they really struggle to make it. They want to just keep working at it, and money might be an influence to determine what they will do. David will accept a less pay to perform somewhere because he really genuinely just wants to perform. He wants to be on stage. He wants to do this thing. I'm sure that if he could perform for free, he would, in a place that he likes. So understanding where they are coming from would help us, judge sometimes. But everybody's just say, David is this way. But back to it, entertainment is still the element.
Yeah.
If the day David and Whiskey decides to do a collaborative album, their fans would fight.
So you're saying the Whiskey FC and 30BG will fight when they do a collaboration?
Yes, because some have put bets, placed bets, collected slap, being stabbed, being embarrassed, and be like, this one, go happen. Just like some reality TV shows, I'll go back to it. The fans are actually the determinant of a lot of things.
Now, some people would say that the big three, they are role models, and they should sort of comport themselves, quote and unquote, better. One issue that has been on the internet has been Burna Boy and Speedy Darlington. A lot of people, especially Speedy Darlington's lawyer, has alleged that Burna Boy is still keeping Speedy Darlington in prison because of social media insults, and Cubana Chief Priest has done the exact same thing, and he hasn't been arrested. What do you make of that?
I think
Slash, I wanted to take it.
Before I allow, because the lawyer will be able to see us.
Yes.
I believe that the law is taking its course. I don't think an individual can actually keep anybody in the cell or whatnot. The law is taking its course, but emotions comes in sometimes. People are like, hey, we understand. Nobody wants somebody to be in, Speedality is a public figure, is an entertainer too, so they could have settled out of all this drama. But I believe that the law is taking its course, and I know that. Lawyer, please.
Lawyer, I wanted to interrupt you because we have less than a minute. So from the law perspective, why is Speedy Darlington still in prison?
So I think that is a question for the Nigerian police particularly to answer. But I do not think that Burna Boy has any power or authority to detain someone. He is not a law enforcement officer. And coming from that CP, Cubana Chief Priest angle of, Cubana made the same assertions against Burna and all. Speedality's case is a bit unique in the sense that he made threats. There were certain threats that he made. Talking about how he's going to deal with Burna, he's going to get Burna. He made innuendos that insinuated that he was going to take Burna's life. So I think that is what makes his own case unique. Beyond the Diddy talk and all of that, he also made certain comments to the effect that he was going to deal with Burna and all. So I think that is why there appears to be a criminal element in his own case.
All right. Sadly, that's all we can take for today's program. But thank you so very much for coming. And we truly hope that the entertainment space would keep blossoming. Amen. And 2025 will be a much better year for all of us as Nigerians. It's been a pleasure hosting today's edition of Rubbin Minds. And I'll catch you same time, same station next week. My name is Hero Daniels. Goodbye for now.